Tripartite alliance partner Cosatu very unhappy with the performance of Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan. The Labour Union Federation saying Gordhan must be the first to go if President Ramaphosa decides to reshuffle his cabinet. The union citing the problems at both Eskom and SAA as part of its reasons. Let's get you the reasons behind that and unpack those. Cosatu spokesperson Mr. Sizwe Pamla joining us. Mr. Pamla, hello to you. Thank you as always for your time. What are the reasons you want Pravin Gordhan to be reshuffled?
Well, look, what we are saying here, Cosatu, is that number one, when we are listening to a deputy president saying that the presidency was actually given wrong information, that is worrying for us, because there is a minister, a political employee who's part of the executive, who's supposed to be a go-between between the presidency and the power utility. Anytime when something like that happens, then we have to ask the question, if it's not the minister who misinformed or who actually gave the president wrong information, where was the minister? So we've been calling for report to go since August last year, because we've been arguing that listening to what the Auditor General is saying about the SOEs, if you go back to what the Eskom in particular board said when they appeared before the Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprise, if you look at load shedding since late last year, there is no hope on the horizon. As far as we are concerned, we are back to where we were 2 years ago when we removed the previous board and appointed this new particular board in the country.
So
if we are to believe in the Tumamina where there's transparency and accountability, we cannot look at the scoreboard with regard to the SOE and say everything is normal.
So would you say this is a complete failure of Gordhan in this portfolio? And if it is a failure, Mr. Pamla, why ask for a reshuffle? Why not ask for a flat-out removal?
Actually, that is what is wrong with the coverage of this particular story. There is nowhere where Cosatu has said that we are asking for a reshuffle. It's people, your analyst, who decided that removing a particular minister in a portfolio is tantamount to a reshuffle. We will never call for a reshuffle because that is the prerogative of the president. The president has to do an honest assessment of his executive, and if he's ready for a reshuffle, he will tell all of us. We have no business asking for a reshuffle from the president. But when we are witnessing the deterioration that we are witnessing at public enterprises, we have to call for accountability. That is all we are asking for. You will remember that Cosatu has been very consistent and principled with regards to this. When Minister Pravin Dlamini was messing up at SASA, we applied the same principle. People didn't call it a reshuffle there. They were calling for a removal, and they called it a removal. Now, when we say Minister Pravin Gordhan should be subjected to the same principles, they call it a reshuffle. A reshuffle is not what Cosatu has called for. What we are saying is that accountability, that is what we are demanding. We cannot read the Auditor General's report. We cannot listen to the board and witness the load shedding and then say this is normal.
I'm sure many South Africans would agree with you. So let's be clear then, you're calling for a removal then. We'll stop using the word reshuffle in this conversation. So a removal is what Cosatu is calling for. What if the President, Mr. Pamla, hears Cosatu's call for the removal but still doesn't do it? What does Cosatu then want to see next?
Look, this is his administration. We can only share our views and make it clear our position so that the president is not confused as to how we feel about status quo. But this is his administration. We are not going to coerce him into, we've never coerced any president to do this. Even before, we used to call for people to be removed. Some of them were removed, some of them were never removed. But what we are foreseeing here is if the situation deteriorates, the president himself is going to find himself actually carrying the burden of responsibility, because you cannot mollycoddle and treat with kid gloves members of your administration and then do not expect that people are going to say, if it is not the ministers, maybe it is the president. We want a president who's going to be decisive. Not long ago, we were subjected to this situation where at SASA we had problems. Mosebenzi Zwane was messing up at minerals and energy, and Nomvula Mokoyana was messing up at water and sanitation. And they were not being held accountable. Now we're paying a price. We are still picking up the pieces. Now, if we are to believe in the project of the New Dawn, it was always about we are going to be transparent, we are going to be efficient, and we are going to hold people accountable. All we are saying is that let's go back to that commitment and that promise, that things are not going to be done in a manner that they have been done over the last decade. That is all we are asking here, is that we were promised accountability. Everything on the scoreboard, it says it's about time heads roll, because we cannot continue to have load shedding, high mortgage resources we do not have. And if you look at the Auditor General's report, it tells you that even the turnaround strategies that have been put forward are not effective, and there is no hope that they are going to change anything anytime soon.
Cosatu spokesperson Sizwe Pamla, I'm going to say thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Cosatu, very clear, they're not calling for a reshuffle, they are calling for a removal of Pravin Gordhan as Public Enterprises Minister. That was the Cosatu spokesperson Sizwe Pamla joining us here on ENCA.